All right, we are live. Apparently, we've been live for 40 seconds, which I don't understand how that's possible because I just hit the damn button. Anyway, that's kind of strange. So welcome to the show. Tonight's guest is Jimmy Morrison. And Jimmy Morrison's got a lot of shit coming up soon. And I opened the damn podcast with a cuss word. That's awesome. That's me messing up. Anyway, so welcome to the show, Jimmy. It's been a long time coming, but I was flaking out a few times on you as some shit come up.
It's all understandable, man.
So how's it going? How's this whole Rona world doing for you?
Man, honestly, it hasn't affected me about one bit. Work's still going about daily activities, just about the exact same as it was before.
Shit, that's the same here. Like, I've been off the last week, but we're usually off for 4th of July week anyway. So, like, the first week or two, we pretty much thought we lost our jobs, and then they realized that it would cost them more to get rid of us all than to keep us around. So they kept us around for some reason. So I don't know, maybe after the Rona's over, they're going to fire us all. Who knows?
At one point, my mother actually contracted COVID-19, and from being around her, I actually had to take like a week off of work, and everybody on our crew had to take a week off because they had been around me. But she's actually made a full recovery, back to normal. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that COVID stuff, it's weird, man. Like, some people get it bad, some people don't. It's just strange.
Yeah.
Like, and then people think it's a hoax, so that's pretty cool too.
Definitely not a hoax, but I mean, who knows if it's as bad as everybody's saying it is. It is real. I know somebody that's had it. So
yeah, I know a couple people had it, but I still have people that tell me every day that when I talk about it, they're like, "Why are you doing this shit? For it's fake." I'm like, "It's not fake. I don't see how it's fake." But anyway, so tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you see? How long have you been playing? What team you play for? What's your gun you use?
All right. Well, let's see. Actually, I started in paintball back early 2000s as a teenager. Back then, it was mostly just outlaw games with buddies out in the woods, stuff like that. And about 2005, 2006, I got out of it. And I just came back to the game at the end of 2017. First scenario game I ever played was Contien 2018 at Command Decisions. So, I mean, but since then, I've been hitting every single event that I can.
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, running with my team, Carolina Killbox. We just started that 2019, so just last year, I think, as LV 486 was kind of fading away. We broke off from that and started Killbox. And of course, man, I always using my SAR 12 and FSD. Those are my go-tos. Even in an open class game, I can't bring myself back to shooting round ball. I've tried a couple times, and it just don't do it for me.
I tried using the first strikes one time, and it wasn't enough volume for me. Like, I was running out so fast, my magazines were empty, and I can't do this anymore. Like,
well, thankfully the bolt action helps in that aspect right there.
I do this whole accuracy by volume concept. So I may not get you with the first one, but like there's gonna be like four or five of them come after it, or 20 of them, or 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played my second Fulda gap with the LV 486 guys. That was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, somewhere there. All I know is I don't.
By the time I'd come around, it was just James White and Larry Poovey. By the time I came around, great guys though. I mean, they really took me and one of my friends in. We had just come up to Command Decisions as rec ball players. We were looking online, just getting back into the games. Like, oh well, let's check this field out. I don't even know if it's open. They say they do one big scenario game a year.
Yeah.
Emailed him. I think I reached Ferg back when he was still running it. He's like, yeah, man, come on out. And man, we went out a couple weekends in a row, and Larry was there, and he's like, hey man, y'all want to join a team? And started telling us about scenario events. And so really got to give it to them too for at least like bringing us into the fold and,
Oh yeah,
moving us around.
like I think the year I played with those guys at Fulda, I wasn't part of the team or anything, but yeah, we showed up like Wednesday or Thursday night and just stayed there the whole time. It was a good camping experience. Like a lot of moonshine was drank. A lot of hills were climbed. Like they made us climb a bunch of hills, and it was just, like we had the smart idea of like bringing wagons and just loading the wagons up full of guns and like ammo and everything. Like taking to our camp, taking to our spawning site up on top of the hill. And then you're like, okay, well we got to move now, so let's go even further up the hill. And then like, fuck these wagons, this is dumb. It was a good time though.
Good group of guys.
So what's the last game you went to?
Last one was just Dreaded Legends down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I didn't make that one this year. Got knee problems and everything.
It ended up being an awesome one, man. Less people than normal you'd expect for a CPX event. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with COVID. I know they had commanders have to step down out of their roles and bring some in halfway through the planning of the game. So I'm sure that had some effect to it. But, man, it played great. We had a great time down there. Of course, playing with Mamba and Archangel. Supposedly, I guess we had the biggest come-from-behind victory in CPX history.
Wow.
So
that's
it was a good time.
That's an accomplishment because CPX has been around forever.
Right.
Shit. But I love that field though. Like it's so tiny. Like the whole time we're talking about before going to it, like everyone's like, the field's tiny. You're like, okay, it can't be that small. And then we got there, and you're like, as soon as you enter the field, you're getting shot at. I'm like, the field's that small.
Yeah, I could reach from one entry point to the other with the SAR, and so it's. But the way it's aligned, I mean, both sides enter on one side, and the field actually goes away from both teams' entry. So right there, you're pretty much bottlenecked up at the top, but it plays out towards the back more, and they've done some more work than how it was the first year it was out there. They put some roads out through the swamp towards the back and made that more playable. So it was a little bit better this year than it was last year.
Was it a super deep swamp this year like it was last year?
What, the swamp?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I tried stepping in. I had this idea. I was going to say screw it and walk through the dang mud and the water and sneak around. I took one step into it and sank all the way to my knee. No shit, up to my knee. And, I was like, nope, not happening.
Yeah, we had the smart idea of let's go around the back and try to take out the team from the backside. As soon as we went back there, everything gets up to your ankle. All right, cool. Let's step a little past my ankle. Then, like, there was some girl there. She was being helped out of the mud because she lost both her boots in the mud. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go the other way now.
When I put my left leg in there, it sank to my knee, and I tried to start pulling out with my right foot, and it started sinking. I started to get a little bit worried there.
It reminds me of the old Adventure Beach days. Like they were. Did you ever go to Adventure Beach?
No.
It's Hope Mills, North Carolina. It's right outside Myrtle Beach. It was a great field. It was all flat and everything, but there was a certain part that was actually like it went from land to swamp, like real swamp. And like one day we were playing there, and you can see that there used to be like this giant bird that was hanging out there because you can see like footprints and like you can see one wing and the other wing, and you can see drag marks in the middle. Like so, there were definitely gators out in that swamp.
Oh shit!
So like, but then there's like paintball players that were like, hey, let's go out into the swamp, get waist deep in the water, and shoot people from there. I don't have those kind of balls. There ain't no damn way.
Yeah. That sounds about as smart as the people that think they're going to climb a tree.
Oh, yeah. The tree climbers are a little worse, I think. Like, you're going to fall. You're going to fall eventually.
Somebody sees you, where are you going to go?
That's why
you start getting shot in the damn tree, it's going to be a bad day.
That's why I stay away from bunkers, man. Like, anytime, they're like, hey, go inside this bunker. I'm like, if I go in this bunker, there's only one way. There's two ways it's going down. I'm going to fight off everybody by myself, or I'm going to get lit up. Like, this is just a bad idea. And my dog's eating my cooler for some reason. I don't understand why. He's just tearing his cooler, like, whatever. But yeah, like I like the Black Ops field. Like Myrtle Beach is great. Like their Fayetteville field is great too.
Oh man, the Fayetteville field is awesome. You can just tell the amount of work that Nate and them have put in up there.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're very fortunate to be living in this area where you can pretty much throw a rock in any direction and play paintball.
Oh, of course, man. You get spoiled being around here. See stuff online, guys talk about they have to drive 3 hours to their closest rec ball field. And it's like, man, I can hit 6-7 fields in an hour from the house.
Yep. There's I think Rock Hill's got 2. Then you got Charlotte's got 1. You got Greensboro. Greenville's got 1. Like they're everywhere. Like, and then Taylorsville, of course, has a big one. So they're everywhere. Like
I mean, right here in Charlotte, there's one I think that's downtown Charlotte. Sadly, I think it's totally for a rental new player. I don't think they allow you to bring your own gear and everything. No. Like you have to use their rental gear. That's a small field in downtown Charlotte, but from there, like you mentioned, there's 2 in Rock Hill. There's one out here in Denver, Lake Norman Paintball, which I go to a lot, and then there's one in Kannapolis, I think, called Boss Paintball.
Yeah, it's outside Albemarle.
Yeah, and then Taylorsville, Command Decisions. They're all over here.
Asheville's got one. There's that one Christian field that like you can't have earrings or tattoos to go to.
There's one out in Monroe called Glory Road, and I think it's ran by a church.
Yeah, that's the one. You can't curse, you can't have tattoos, and you can't have ear piercings or anything if you're a guy.
Oh wow! Don't think I'm gonna make it out there.
No, definitely not. So, but yeah, there's fields everywhere. Like they may not be the best fields everywhere, but there's fields everywhere. Like if you want to play paintball, this is where it's at. Like even though you go to the North Carolina paintball chat and some dude was like, "Oh, there's no paintball here. Like, paintball in North Carolina must be dead." We churched him up pretty fast.
Oh yeah, like I mean, online, a lot of people aren't always engaged on there. They don't talk a lot. They don't try to plan, and hell, then when you do try to plan stuff out, you don't get a lot of feedback. So,
no, I mean, it's pretty much like a lot of people try to plan stuff out a long time ahead. Like, hey, we're going out in 2 weeks. The way you do it is you have to I'm sorry, I'm pouring a drink right now. But the way you do it is like, hey guys, we're going out tomorrow. Who wants to come with us? And most time, paintball players are real spontaneous, so they'll jump on that whole last minute thing. But like, there's paintball everywhere here, like rec ball, scenario ball. There's speedball. Like the best speedball fields are definitely the PBC, Rock Hill, and Greensboro. Like they definitely put on. They have a lot of speedball players come out there.
There's that one down in South Carolina as well, Carolina Paintball. I know they had some trouble, I think, last year. I think there was a big thing with the property owner and the field owner, and it got shut down for a little bit. But, man, they had a phenomenal speedball field. Full turf, full netted, stands, a tower. Just awesome.
They're back up and running. They actually have their own they have their own speedball tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, Palmetto.
Yeah. Like there was some weird drama like between the field owner and the guy who was running the field. Like the guy running the field was like living in Alabama or something like that. And he was running the field, and then they had drama, and there was all kinds of Facebook drama, and it was like fun to watch for a little bit. And, like you read it for a little bit, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Brandon Chance wants to know what he missed since he's late to the party. Well, we were talking shit about this guy in Brandon Chance. Like the show's been going for like 14 minutes. 12 of those minutes is all shit talking Brandon Chance. So he didn't really miss much. Now we just started talking about what Jimmy's doing. Jimmy's been doing Carolina Killbox and how he started playing, and how my dog's eating everything he can. That was me arguing. That was me bringing dog on the couch. Sorry, but no. So yeah, that's a recap for Brandon Chance. So we haven't really gone that far in depth to anything yet. So 12 minutes is he wants us to talk more shit about him apparently. Brought to you by Getting Drunk, by the way. And
we'll see how many bush hogs show up in 2 weeks from now.
Ooh, see that's gonna be a problem there. They don't like discussing that kind of stuff with you. Like they'll just show up how many shows up. He won't like give you numbers ahead of time. He knows how many.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I need them. I need him to show up.
He knows how many are coming out because they got to check. They let it drop the other day when we're at the PBC game. They actually do have a chat that they talk to each other in. So he knows how many people are coming out. He just won't tell you. He's super secret. Like he thinks if he tells you stuff, then like next thing you know, he'll start going to games with like a skull mask on, and then he'll get like a spiked choker, and then like his voice will get all fucked up, and like he's like, "Get on you, hog," and like it's gonna be great stuff, dude. So he tries to keep like casual, like he's not like, oh, we're not that formal.
Yeah.
He says this many people are coming.
0.
I don't believe him though.
Oh.
I think like that one ugly dude is probably coming from the team, and then like the other ugly dude's probably coming, and then other ugly dude's probably coming. What the hell, the road hog? It's not a road game, son. It's 3 hours away. It's not a road game. It's in the same state.
Look, I know your tournament got canceled, and I'm sorry, but
Ooh.
I need.
Yeah, the ICC getting canceled. That was a shocker right there. Well, not really, because it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, whatever. Like they're canceling all kinds of shit around there.
Yeah.
EMR got pushed back to the EMR game got pushed back to August. I'm not thinking it's going to happen either.
Which one was that?
Castle Frontlines.
Yeah. Okay.
This was in like June or July, and it got pushed back to August, and I don't know. It's a 25-cent game though. Like registration 25 cents. Like
right.
All the bunk houses and shit are free.
Oh yeah.
COVID kind of screwing everything up pretty bad.
Yeah. Hope all the events I have for the rest of the year stay true. Just keep going. I got one every month all the way till December. So,
like I'm hoping Fulda doesn't have anything bad to it.
Yeah.
Like Sauceman keeps trying to tell me he keeps thinking that the camping's gonna get screwed up or something. I'm like, what I do is it's gonna be all right. Like all you gotta do is like, if the WWE can get like designated as an essential business, then all Command Decision has to do is throw a whole bunch of money at the city council, and it gets into business too.
I mean, what Nate was able to do it with Black Ops. I don't know what he did with dealing with the governor, but they gave him permission to stay open. So,
well,
PBC, I can see the camping being a problem, but what we do about that, we'll have to just wait and see.
I don't know, like PBC Greensboro kept their stuff open too, but like I don't know, like it just depends on what happens next because it seems like we're getting ready to have another lockdown soon.
It is seeming that way.
But if you read certain reports, being outside in the open air, you're less likely to contract it than being inside. And like they're talking about UV light kills the COVID very much. So if you're outside and it shouldn't be a big of a deal.
No.
Shouldn't be. But I'm not an expert, so I don't know. Like that's just what I watch a lot of Joe Rogan and I listen to what he says. Like Joe Rogan.
I know I'm on a job site with 100+ people every day and have been since all this stuff started, and nothing's happened at our job site. So,
yeah, I'm out in the public every day working too. Like, I got sick a couple weeks ago. I don't know what it was, but I never got tested, so I can't say it was COVID. I can't say it wasn't, but it was a rough time. Like, I'm pretty sure I had the same thing Hudson had, but like I hadn't talked like. When I got sick, I hadn't talked to him. Like I haven't been around him personally like in 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't think I got from him. So I just got some kind of weird stomach thing. It was weird.
Oh, yeah.
Like it did not feel good at all. Like I thought I was gonna die a couple times, but whatever. So what do you have coming up next?
Well, of course, Art of War, July or hell, what month? Yeah, July 18th. Got that game coming up. After that, got Battle of Baghdad Command Decisions in August, as well as Super Game East. September is Mission Masters at Black Ops in Fayetteville. Then October, Endless Legends, OXCC. and then Fulda Gap November.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to Maryland for OXCC. That's Sauceman used to live down the road from there, and he would never ever let me stay at his house, so I couldn't go. But
I'm gonna make it happen one way or the other. I want to get up there and play that. I still need to make it out to EMR as well.
My only concern is like those northern states are probably going to cancel a bunch of shit though. That's so I'm not really planning on any north trips right now, just because I know how it's probably gonna go. But like,
Yeah,
I think Fulda Gap. I'm definitely going to Fulda Gap, and Sauceman's trying to convince me to go to Wayne's World for their December event in Florida. I'm sure Florida will not cancel anything because it's Florida.
but that's another one. Skip forward a little bit. I don't really have anything planned yet for December and January, but then the Desi Johnson's game he's doing down there in February, the 2-day MagFed only game, Reign of Cinders, I believe is the name of it.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a good one. And like you said, I doubt Florida's going to cancel anything with all their Florida people.
See, the thing is, like, these MagFed only games, I think you're hindering the audience that shows up by just saying you can only have one type of gun. Like that's like saying like women only or kids only game.
That gets into this prima donnas on damn both sides of the paintball, man. And I hate it, man. I'll play whatever. I'll play open class. I'll play MagFed. I'll play with the pump guys. I'll play with the renters. I don't really care. You got speedball guys that are going to sit there and whine and cry about first strikes they do every time for open class events. They hate them. And then you got these MagFed only guys that's all they'll play. They will only play MagFed only. They refuse to play open class. And I don't get it, man. I hate it. I think they're being fucking prima donnas. And they want to whine and cry. Oh, well, there's cheating. There's cheating, man. There's cheating in every game. Every single game I go to, there's cheating, whether it be MagFed only, open class, whatever. And I'm not going to limit myself to one way. I love the game. So I'll always use my MagFed stuff, but I'm going to play whatever.
The way I feel about it is like, yeah, you got first strike and you can probably shoot me from like double my range I can shoot you from. But if I like actually get up on you, I can shoot more balls on you than you can shoot on me.
Oh yeah.
So it's a fair trade-off in my eyes. Like
Exactly.
Like
you got your advantages and disadvantages to both. In open class, it really allows you to capitalize on both of them in certain circumstances. Not only that, but I think playing open class will make you a better MagFed player.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm sure I'll catch flack for that, but I think it's true.
That's what I try to tell people right now. Like doing speedball. Like if you play scenario games, you will be a better speedball player. Like it's just the way it works. Like if you play scenario games, like you'll be a better speedball player. If you play speedball, you'll be a better scenario player. Like that last game at PBC we played, you could tell there were speedball players there. Like for instance, Brandon Chance calling out like where positions where people are at. Like every chance you get to play paintball makes you a better paintball player. Unless all you're doing is going out and wrecking
up on the rails.
Yeah, like going to certain fields, like, and that's all I do is I play speedball against Tipmans. Like, oh man, you're so cool. Like you wrecked a kid that has a paintball gun that doesn't know how to even run with it. You're the greatest player ever.
Yeah, we have a lot of that too. We do in the sport. These guys going out shooting, Lux's high-end PE guns against, 14-year-old Reynolds. It's their first time playing paintball, and you're going to run up and bunker them.
Yep,
that's good for the game, man. That's great for it.
Well, I see that both ways. Like I do see, like, don't bully somebody out of a game, but introduce them to what's going to happen.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of people who come out there and like they don't understand. Like even though it's non-lethal, you're still getting a gun pointed at you that shoots a projectile. And like that's like they expect you to, I'm not gonna go out here and get hurt. You might get hurt. That's what happens every time. Like, oh look, it's Jason Mann's ugly ass saying, "Yo." Oh, it's so sweet. Look, Jimmy, you should be like really grateful. The twins are both online commenting right now. Brandon and Jason. Like those guys are best friends, and they're from the same mom. They look the same. It's so great. I love the game. But anyway, so Jason Mann is really ugly. How ugly is he? I can't. I don't even have a joke there. But anyway, so back to the whole. Let's back to the whole. Different types of paintball will make you a better player. Let's see here. There are a lot of different players out there. Like, there are guys that play in the back all games, like especially at Fulda. You're going to get that shit a lot. Like somebody is standing in the back of the field, lobbing paintballs at people.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you a better player. Like not at all.
They go out there and play like they're a back player for speedball in a scenario game, and I don't get it.
Like there have been times at Fulda Gap where, I go into the field. Like, I like to play the front line. Like I'm a big ass dude, and somehow I get to the front line, and you push. And there have been times like going again, like especially PBC. This last PBC game, like I made some stupid pushes towards the middle, and everybody like pushed behind me. I was very surprised. I've been down the low country, made a huge push where like it was me versus like 20 dudes, but like everybody behind me pushed, and we were able to knock people out. I mean, I got lit the fuck up, whatever. Fulda Gap's a different beast. Like there are those guys that will be at the front line that will get shot out and everything, and then they'll turn around and you'll pass by guys that are sitting in the back lobbing balls at people.
Yep.
It's one thing I've never understood. Like,
oh, believe me, man, when I look around and I realize I'm farther forward with a SAR than speedball players behind me, there's a damn problem, man.
Yep.
I mean, I guess if you're paying the money to come to the event, you can play it how you want. But like you said, what are you doing?
Oh, it's got the problem is like they only play it once a year and they don't know how to play. Like they don't understand. Like they get on the field like, oh, it might hurt me if I go too close. Well, just do it anyway. Like it's not
going to kill you.
My first Fulda Gap, I was wearing a paintball soldiers like shirt, not jersey, but shirt. I was with the paintball soldiers. Me, Joseph Helms, and Ryan Fitzgerald, Goose. And like we were up at Rex, and we're shooting into the sim, and like everybody's just lobbing balls into them. So we got the smart idea. Like all three of us, we're going to rush sim, and all 30 of these people that are behind us, they're going to go with us. So then like we got lit up because nobody followed us. We're going to do it again. So we reset, came back, got lit all three of us got lit the fuck up again. Everybody's standing behind us. We did it a third time, and we all got lit up again. Like, so we learned a quick lesson that day that like you have to have like if you plan to push at Fulda Gap, you have to have your team and you have a squad together. Otherwise, you're gonna get lit the fuck up.
Oh yeah. And then even when you try, sometimes, man, you'll hear the guys yelling, "All right, trying to get everybody together, trying to get everyone to make one big push," and then they'll call it out, and 4 or 5 guys run, and everybody else sits behind the bunker still.
I don't think it's gonna be a problem this year because NATO's gonna have like 16 people, and we're gonna have like fucking 1,200 on our side. But Brandon has a very important question for you. Are you wearing Pit Viper sunglasses right now?
They're knockoff Pit Vipers, man. I'm gonna just throw it out there. They're knockoffs.
Dude, Pit Viper is 60% off right now. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, because if you like them, I was gonna snag a pair since they're 60% off right now.
Man, these ones were cheapos. They're like $20-something bucks, but they're wonderful. Wonderful.
Dude, they look pretty nice.
Pit Viper didn't have a red, white, and blue for 4th of July. So
that's a very important question, though. I like that. that's why I love having Brandon on the show. You know what? So back to Fulda Gap. Like more NATO commanders have deserted NATO and they're working for Warsaw now. Like
the lovely inner paintball drama.
Like there's so much drama going on. Like, but as soon as they introduced like who the generals were, everybody knew this was going to happen. Like everybody knew it. Like, okay, all the players knew it. Like, you had to know shit was going to go down like this all day long. Like, there's going to be a big swing. Which hopefully, this helps reset. My issue with Fulda Gap was always like it's the same people in command every time, like unit commanders. And this right here is just like a big reset for it. Just like the coronavirus is a reset for our country. Command Bros are a reset for Fulda Gap. So yeah, I just called the Command Bros coronavirus. So there we go.
I hope they bring somebody because I mean, amongst these recent videos we've had here, it seems like their little allegiance with the 13th is now over. I guess whatever they're going to decide to do, who knows. But yeah, who are we going to play against? Who the hell are we going to shoot?
I honestly don't know. Oh, Jason Mann has got a video coming tonight, and shit is going to be fire. All right. It's going to be dude just like looking ugly, smoking bowls all day long. Bowl number 1, bowl number 2. No, like, I honestly don't know who they have. Like I know that they have a following up north.
Yeah.
And then they have like a followings out west, whatever. But other than that, like I don't know who there are teams that play NATO every year that I've talked to, and they're talking about not playing Fulda Gap at all this year because their people don't want to play for Warsaw, but they don't want to play for Command Bros either.
Yep.
I
mean, I haven't been around that long, but I feel like in the short amount of time I've been back into the sport, I've gotten a pretty big crash course in it. Just being around the people that I've been around, captains of these bigger teams in the area, meeting Pete, meeting Ferg, meeting Engler, pretty much got thrown right into the deep end there. And I got to say, I got to kind of question the choice on the Command Bros. Never had any personal dealings with them on them, so I have no personal hate for them or anything like that. But a year like this, especially with the COVID, you're going to bring this team in from, like you said, up north. How many people are they actually going to be able to bring with them? And then, of course, I watched both sides of it. Joe mentioned, Fulda Gap. It definitely, you kind of got to be involved with it and be built up through the event itself to get into the politics of it, to be able to climb that ladder and to bring two people in that really haven't had shit to do with it. It just seems odd to me. They were supposed to be out there last year. Apparently they had some personal reasons for not coming. It's on their discretion on why they did or didn't share that with anybody, but they kind of just dipped out on us last year at the last minute without saying shit. So
well,
I just don't see that as a smart command move. But it's not my business, not my field, not my game. I just want to see it do well so we can continue this awesome event that we all enjoy.
That's one thing. Like I hope that we got like 4 more months before the game. I'm hoping there's not 4 more months worth of drama because it's going to turn some shit where like oh, we're a month out and we have to have new generals like we did a couple years ago. But it's just there's always one video I reference to when I've only dealt with Command Bros like one time, like personally. Like we played against them at Black Ops Fayetteville, and we whipped the shit out of them because they were always in the camp. And like, but that's their thing. Like they're a YouTube presence apparently.
Yeah,
they have followers. My show's got like 16 followers. Their show's got like 700, 800 followers. That's fine. So that's what they do. If that's what they do, and like that's how they get followers, and that's how they get the general spots. That's fine. Stay in the camp, talk shit on Facebook, talk shit on YouTube. That's fine.
Yeah, and I mean what they're doing, I'm not hating on because it's somewhat exposure for the sport, but it's not necessarily the best role to then try to bring to general. They said I think in their video last night or whenever it was that they try to target the newer players. And that's cool, but they're not the ones you're going to be able to bring out to the game.
No, like a lot of times, like say for instance, if you're brand new to the sport and you're playing and you immediately get thrown in drama, you're not going to want to come back to the damn sport. Like it's like for me, whenever I talk about the Command Bros, I don't watch their videos. I don't me. I play paintball. I actually do this show or whatever. I don't follow a lot of paintball stuff. Like I follow people I want to follow. Like
Yeah.
there's a select group of people on Facebook that I follow that play paintball. The rest of the world, I'm friends with them, but I unfollow them. I don't belong to the group. Like I belong to the ProFlex group, which I had a little bit of drama for some reason. I follow the Autococker group, and that's pretty much it. Like I try to stay away from the drama. Like there was a time a couple of years ago, I was definitely deep in the middle of the drama 24/7. Like people were telling me drama all day long. Like you don't even understand. Like I knew things about teams and people and games that I should not have known. And it was just like, hey, I got a notification. Let me read this shit. Oh, you'll never guess what happened. Like, what the fuck, man? I try to stay away from that shit now. So I don't watch a lot of stuff. Like I watched Joe Perez's video. I watched like 2 minutes of it, and like somebody needs to give me the cliff notes because I can't watch an hour of this shit. I know the Command Bros. Like I was dating a paintball e-slib for a little bit, and she was here at the house one day, like watching one of their videos, and this just pure stupidity that came out of that video. I stopped what I was doing and started listening to it. I was like, "The fuck are you listening to?" And it was just 2 hours and 45 minutes of just nonsense, like historical inaccuracies, and like they basically called every white person that was ever born after slavery a racist. And there's nothing you can do to fix that. Like you're just that's just the way you are. That's the way your relatives raised you. That's it. You're done. And from that point on, I'm like, dude, I can't do it. Like I'll never support these dudes for that shit. Like I have friends that are, one of my friends he has a black wife and his kids are half black, half white. Oh man, he must hate those motherfuckers because he's a racist. No, that's just dumb. Like so that's my only dealing. Those are my two only dealings with him. It was enough. Like if I don't like somebody, I don't do the whole politics thing. Like I know some of the bigger teams, you have to do politics, and politics was really, really shitty in North Carolina a couple years ago. Like there was just so much bullshit going on here. Like I couldn't deal with it anymore. So I don't do politics. If I like you, I'll talk to you. I'll fucking have fun with you. I will give you shit all day long. Like me, anytime I see Jason, I give him shit the entire time I see him. If I don't like you, I don't talk to you. Plain and simple. Like I don't acknowledge your existence. You're dead to me. Like that's just the way it works. Like I don't mention your name. But a couple years ago, you're lucky you didn't come around. You're lucky you came back this time of year. This time in paintball. Before, it was some shit. Like it was all about, hey man, if I bring 10 people to this game, will you give us MVT before the game?
Yeah, I've heard about all that.
If I bring an AT launcher guy, will you give him MVP? That's not how it works, man.
No. I didn't even want to be captain of my team, honestly. At first, we tried doing like a round table discussion type of deal on the original founding members, and it got to a point where we couldn't always all agree on anything. So I got nominated, got brought up into this, and of course, then had to do the dealings with reaching out to other teams for games. And I see some of the politics, and I'm glad it's apparently not as bad now as it used to be. But I still see remnants of it. But yeah, that shit about all the MVTs and the MVPs prearranged, that's some bullshit. The farthest I try to get into the politics, other than a little bit of shit talking here and there, which I pretty much do lightheartedly. Fun for the game until you get too serious about it and start going direct. But other than that, man, all I try to do is, biggest thing I can do is reach out to teams and be like, hey man, I'm general in this game. If you can bring your guys out and play for me, next game, whether you're general or not, you could be you could be general and ask me to come, and I'll bring my guys to support you, or it could just be a game you're attending trying to help your general. Kind of, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'm not ever going to promise any awards or anything, but you can come out play for me. I'll be more than happy to come play for you, and vice versa.
That's awesome, man. Like, that's a good policy to have, man. Like,
sadly, I don't feel like I get that from some of the teams I reach out to. They may or may not, be able to come, and I can understand that too. But even being the general for these games sometimes, man, it can be stressful. You can't make these people come out. All you can do is really ask them and say, hey, man, next time if you're doing something, I'll be there for you. But just like the shit show that was red versus blue earlier this year, I don't know how many teams in our local community. Now, I'm not going to go naming names, but multiple teams in our local community that I had reached out to said they were going to be there and backed out last minute. Didn't really, or I'd be messaging them and they'd flat ass not respond, or
See, that's like you have to because I've general a couple games and I'm a big 0-2 with it, like just big 0-2. So
I'm on man.
I have a worse record than Jason Mann. That's the saddest thing in the world to say. But anyway, you have to there's a lot of teams in North Carolina, but you have to narrow down your sphere of influence.
Yeah.
The PBC games are pretty much the only game where you can depend on certain teams every time to show up. One day we just had this idea of all these teams in the local area, we always play against each other.
Yeah.
And then one day we're like, how about we just all play together? And from that point on, pretty much every PBC game that goes on, it's the same crew shows up every game.
Yep.
And then we don't lose. So it's weird, but you have to build a network basically, and you have to realize there's certain teams that just aren't going to show up. You can ask them, and if they do show up, you can be excited, but more than likely they're just not going to show up.
Yeah, or one or two guys will come out.
Matt Sossman always tells you next damn week. Now he lives in Florida, so it's even worse now.
Hell, even since I've started, I've seen teams that I guess used to be pretty prominent around the area kind of fade out and fall off.
Yep.
Don't see them out no more. Or if you do, you see, like I said, you see 2 or 3 of their people, and everybody else is gone. It kind of sucks.
Whenever you general game, you have to adapt to the environment. Like that's my thing with Fulda Gap though. NATO gets their ass kicked a lot, and it's because they keep getting the same unit commanders over and over again, and the same unit commanders play once a year, and let's go ahead and get this team that was good when I was playing, and that team may not be relevant this year.
Yeah.
So that's why Warsaw had such an easy ass time last year at Fulda Gap. It was so ridiculous. The unit commanders for Warsaw knew exactly who was out there, knew what teams to recruit, knew how many people they show up and how they played. The NATO guys are out of touch.
Yeah,
and they just here's a team that was good 20 years ago. Let's recruit them. 3 people show up, and that's what I'm saying. The coronavirus / Command Bros virus, I think it's gonna be a great reset for this fucking game. It's gonna change stuff where next year shit's gonna have to change.
It's gonna expose some points where I feel like it's gonna be a huge reset. Otherwise, even the people that love the game that play for Warsaw, why are you gonna come out to a game that you just know you're gonna just walk across the field?
Yep.
And I hope that's not the case. I really hope they do bring people and we actually get to get a good game in. Because otherwise it's not that fun for either side, man. Who wants to just walk across the field and take wrecks in 6 minutes and then, walk right on into Sim City?
Yep. We'll see. What we did, we take a base and then we shoot each other. It's our whole group, because it was we were playing with Voodoo Kings, Matt Sossman and his team and all, and it was just all right, well, now we take this base. What do we do now? Internal war. Let's shoot each other. Fuck it. So
I know y'all were doing that at Red Blue.
yeah, it's fun shooting each other. Like, it's always fun shooting each other. Red versus blue. I shot Connor Decker. He had no idea who the hell shot him, but he was walking towards me. I shot him like I walked away. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, that was just I should have not even taken that one. Two teams I'm closest with, PBS and Venom. We're the other two. We're the General and XO on the other team. Yeah, Jason and Ryan. That that was stupid on my part.
Well, see,
but
yeah, you have to do it sometimes, man. You can't always have the same teams playing for each other. Like every once in a while, you have to have them against each other. Like just to show who has the bigger dick in the community. That's plain and simple. Like I get the whole alliance thing, but if you have a big ass team and they have a big ass team, every once in a while you gotta fight.
Yeah.
So I can understand that fully.
Now I will say I know it's been talked about on your show before. I know it's been talked about amongst all the local captains. I still say I'd like to see us all damn team up and go out of state for an event and wreck shit up north or out west, something.
See,
we do have a hell of a community here, and man, if we were able to actually get everybody together to go travel, it would be a statement for our local community.
See, that's what we used to do with the whole Road Dogs thing. Like, we took 5 guys to Georgia, and we won most valuable team from our general, and most formidable opponent from the other general. Like we represented North Carolina like real good there. So I can see I could get behind the whole North Carolina alliance to go to different states and do shit, but it would have to be done a certain way. Like I've heard rumors of how people want it to be, like strong arming like producers to like give discounts and everything, or just doing some weird shit. Like I don't believe in that at all. Like I believe in like getting a group of guys together, or guys and girls, whatever you want to call yourself, and going to a game and just wrecking shit.
Yeah.
Like no contact with the. You contact the general. Hey, I want to play for you. I'm bringing people. That's all. That's all it needs to be said. Nobody needs to talk about like discounts or like hookups or anything. And if you bring 30 people, you all pull your resources. You get rental cars, go there cheap, and everybody has fun. Like you show your name for. Well, shit, these dudes from North Carolina showed them wreck shit.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I'm fully behind that right there.
That's it. It would just be fun, man. I could care less about the discounts or whatever. I mean, they're cool. And if, the producer or field owner would offer it or say something, that's cool. But I have no interest in, like you said, trying to strong arm. Hey, man, we're bringing this many people. We need a discount. Nah, I could care less. But, I mean, you figure just all the local teams. I mean, my team, PBS, Venom, FSP, the Headhunters, this list, I could sit here and keep on naming names, but, I mean, imagine if all of our teams got together and were able to up the Murder Hornets, Bush Hogs, LAPD, everybody that comes to our local, out of our local community. That is not even just North Carolina. You got Capital Punishment that'll come down, Marco and his guys, and you got guys that'll come up from Georgia, and like I mentioned, the LAPD guys, basically our whole community that we see at some of these events to go, super game or just something elsewhere, go up to EMR or go down to Florida, whatever, and show up 120, 130, 140 deep and go out there and do some work. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Like if a field owner or producer was like, hey, you guys are bringing this many people, I'll give you a hookup. That's one thing. Yeah. Like from what I've heard and how it's been proposed, like it's just, we're bringing this many people. If you don't hook us up, we're not coming. That's I'm against that. I'm against that fully. Like you should never. Producers and field owners go through enough shit. Yep. They shouldn't have to go through somebody else's shit either.
I started out playing on a small team. Have continued playing with a relatively small team. I don't get any discounts. I don't really care to.
We used to get discounts to like certain games, but like we never asked for them. Like we just, hey guys, we'd send a message to like the producer or whatever, like, hey, who do you think we should play for? And then we get a message back, play for this guy, here's your discount. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Next year is last year for Oklahoma D-Day. I thought this year was last year.
It got canceled because COVID, so they just postponed it till next year.
I mean, I would be down for Oklahoma D-Day. I don't know if a lot of people will be able to take a whole week off work though.
Yeah.
Or we can just like make a plan for, everybody shows up these 2 days or 3 days or whatever. That'd be fun. Like that's one of those things where it's going to be over with soon and we'll never get to do it again.
Yeah.
So I'd be down for that. I'd be down for D-Day.
I'd like to do it just to say I could. Sadly, I guess in that time where I was away from the game for so many years, I missed the glory years of it, as well as a lot of other cool stories I hear about that I wasn't around for.
Yep.
So, I've always heard paintball has a very up and down following, throughout the years. It has its ups and downs. And I'd have to say, I think from the time I've come in, it's been on a kind of a downhill slope. Hate that I was away from it for so long, but I feel like a lot of that has to do with some of the problems with paintball itself. Why I wasn't into the game. Hell, I've lived 45 minutes away from Command Decisions for almost 20 years now. Never heard of it.
Damn.
Never heard of it. Never would have known about it if I wouldn't have taken it upon myself and been like, all right, I'm tired of playing at this one local field here that's in my town. It's like, it took me looking it up on Google and finding this place and reaching out to them before I even heard of it. I think that's something I've said the whole time. Paintball has a huge problem without advertising outside of its own community. If you only advertise to the people who do it, how the hell do you ever expect to grow anything?
I think the problem with that is like paintball is like less than 1% of the population is involved in paintball. And we get a stupid bad rep because some people think, you got guns, so it's violent.
Yep.
Other people think, let's watch shit like the Big Bang Theory TV show. And it's a bunch of fucking dorks wearing fucking chest protectors shooting each other with one ball.
Yeah.
Or it's this movie like the community has allowed itself to fucking have a bad rep. Like why sit there and people when I go on Tinder dates, let's talk about Tinder. They find out I play fucking paintball. They start asking questions about it.
Yeah.
When I start showing videos and like pictures from like fucking camp life of us actually partying and having fun, like we didn't know paintball was that. Like, yeah, because you watch fucking TV. TV says paintball players are all fucking dorks. Movies do the same thing. Like, they're all fucking dorks. They're sitting there playing pretend, to shoot them up.
Yeah.
And nobody gets to see the real world. Like you watch these damn paintball TV shows or podcasts or whatever, and it's all cookie cutter bullshit of, hey man, I like you, you like me. Well, this is cool. This is cool. Everything's great with paintball. Like, oh man, this is such great shit. I have a stick in my ass. Nobody's really true. Like even the ones that like try to act like they're hard and shit on these shows, they're not serious about shit. Personally, I'll tell you right now, there are people in paintball that I think can go kick fucking rocks right fuck now. Like me and Brandon Chance did not get along for fucking like 2 fucking years. After I went to his wedding, we got an argument over some bullshit. And like it's just way shit happens. Like I didn't talk to Jason for a little bit because me and him had an argument. Shit happens, man. But it's cool to fucking say shit happens. Like I'd rather people know that I had issues with people than Brandon Chance says we are cookie cutter baby back bullshit. Like, I like to let people know shit's real. Like this shit's real. Like I'm not fucking like, oh, I like you because you play paintball. That doesn't mean you're my friend. Plain and simple. And if shit's fucked up, I'll tell you some shit's fucked up. Like I'll give you like honest reviews of games and fields and shit. Like, I've said shit about fucking Boss Paintball being a rental only field. Who else is going to say shit? Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. This team's great. That team's great. Nah, man. There's a lot of teams that are a bunch of full of fucking douchebags.
Yeah. There's fields out there that are shit that you can tell they don't care about. They don't damn fix it up. They don't take care of it. They just want the money from the people coming out there to play.
Speaking of that, you said you like go to Lake Norman paintball. Is that still a fucking shitty ass field? That's a question I gotta ask you there.
It's a work in progress, man. Me and a couple of other guys from my team, as well as another local team, we haven't been out there so much here lately. But we try to go out there and help build some stuff up. Could some more work be put into it? Of course. I hate to try to talk shit about it because I actually like the owner. I like the field. He's good to us and everything. But yeah, I'd definitely say it needs some work done to it. It's just a rec ball field though. They don't really host events. It's not big enough for that. Which I guess he has cleared out some more land to extend the parking lot and open it up where you can actually see it from the road now. So that's good.
See, I used to go there a few years ago, and it was always, they didn't check your chrono, they didn't check your hydro dates in your tanks. The referees pretty much told you that, hey, we're here, but we're not here to do anything. We're just here to stand here. The last time I went to Lake Norman, me and Garrett Johnson went to go get our tanks filled because because his gun had a leak or whatever, and I was gonna figure out his leak for him. So we took some tanks over there to get them refilled. We did the right thing. We went to the front office. We could have shown up and filled our tanks because nobody was out there. We showed up at the front office, wait for somebody. Hey, so they charged us to fill our tanks up. Cool, whatever. And as we sat there in the parking lot getting our tanks filled, there were two groups there. One group was like having a cookout. The other group was having some kind of get together where they had just come off the field and they were sitting there with their no mask on, no barrel covers on, and shooting each other in the parking lot. And I looked at Garrett, and he looked at me. I was like, "Let's get the fuck out of here before we witness somebody getting hurt." Like there were people chasing each other in the damn parking lot, shooting each other's feet and everything, and the refs didn't give a shit. And that's probably like a year ago. I've never been back.
They've gotten some better refs in there now, and I mean I think that's one thing they've struggled with ever since I started going there is most of the time the refs they're high school kids. They're guys there for a part-time job that don't really give a shit. And that sucks when as far as paintball, you need a ref that cares. You need a ref that's engaged in what's going on, that's going to actually help these players, especially the new people out. Safety is a big thing. That was actually, when I was younger trying to get into it, my parents were not about it. Back in the early 2000s, I was a teenager trying to get into it. I actually had to damn hide my first setup that I bought, an old A5 with a response trigger and mask and all that shit. I had to hide it from my parents. They didn't know I had it because they were not about paintball. Like you had mentioned earlier, maybe the bad rep with it being, guns shooting at people. And it sucks because it really is safe if everybody follows the safety procedures, mask, barrel covers, everything else. But that information, isn't really put out there. It's not shown in a good way. And to people that aren't into it, they don't really have an idea about it.
Yep.
So especially at the fields, we need refs that are, going to enforce that, going to teach these people that. And when all you got is high school kids that are just out there to get a little fucking spending money, they don't care.
Nope.
But
and
again,
that's what
you don't have fields that are really wanting to pay an adult a living wage. And I get it. It'd be hard to off of a rental ball field to pay an adult a living wage to actually be out there and want to care and be able to, whatever they're willing to pay them.
Yeah.
Some of these bigger fields, I guess they do that with some of their players, and that's awesome. But really, that's what you need for the business.
Yeah.
As a field owner, if you're not going to be there, I mean, would you really trust these 16-year-olds?
Nope. See, that's part of the issue. Like, get a bad rep in media, but when people show up to the field, you have to put your best foot forward. And a lot of these fields just don't. Like, it's like you can tell the difference between people that actually give a shit about the game and people that don't. Like Paintball Soldiers were the first ones, like, they bought a laminating machine for their player cards.
Yeah.
And they would give you actual player cards, big plastic player cards that look good, and they had like a design on it. Other producers were giving you like a piece of paper that said, "Here, you're playing this fucking game." And that's another thing. Do you want which one would you come back to? If the first game you came back to was shit with like shit preparation, you're not coming back. You're not.
No.
And that's something you gotta think about. Like, that's why like I got in trouble because I went to Contian for the first time a couple years ago, and I made a comment of the Walking Dead. Walking Dead was following that. And, like Paintball Soldiers actually went out and bought the laminate machine, had a nice little playing card, and I got in trouble because I said, "Wow, Paintball Soldiers actually went out of their way to make a good looking card. I wish other producers would." And then I got messages from game producers like, "Well, it's not that easy. You should try it." I'm like, I don't want to try it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Why should I try it? If you're trying to do it, then do it right.
Like, I'm sitting there trying to tell you what's wrong with your fucking game. Why people don't show up to it. Like, take the criticism, damn it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there were times in North Carolina where a normal paintball game was getting you 400 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've heard stories of Contian bringing 400 people into it. And then nowadays, you come to one of these local games like that, it's 125 people.
Yep.
It's because nobody called you on your bullshit. Like, the game was over with, and everybody said, "Oh, this game was great. This game was great. Everything was great. Paint was great. This was great. That was great. Everybody was there great." No, your game was fucked up for this reason. This is why. Constructive criticism is not fucking nagging, and people.
Yeah.
That's what people think it is.
They take it to heart, take it personal, and just trying to help them out. Like speaking of, since we're talking about player cards and paper and lamination, all that, that's one of the extra steps I like in some of the MagFed games where they the producers and then they incorporate it into the cost, so registration might be a little bit more. But I always thought the games where they did like faction patches, whatever team you play for, they'll have a special patch comes in your player pack or whatever. Like little stuff like that, man. That's kind of cool. Going to these games when the awards don't mean shit really, other than personal gratification. You got events where they actually go out and buy nice trophies for them, and then you got places that they give you a piece of paper.
Yep.
It, like I said, don't really mean nothing. But at the same time, as players, most of us are adults. We're not stupid. I can do math. So you start adding up, players that come to these games, registration costs. Then if you have any idea what these guilds pay for paint, which I'm figure a lot of us that are heavily involved do, and look at what they're selling them for, there's money there. There's money there. What they do with it off these big events, I don't really know. That's their prerogative. But there's definitely things I see from some of these games where I think they're cheaping out.
Yep. Oh yeah. They need to be told that shit. Like I know personally. Like there were producers out there that would take the profit from the game, and some of them would put it towards the team, their home team or their team they're part of, and some of them would put it in their pocket. Like, and you would just expect people to show up the next year. Like, just because it's a game.
I mean, I know it's a business, and I know obviously you're doing it to make money. And of course, these producers and field loaders, they need to be able to pay themselves and make the money. But I'd love to see a lot of that extra money instead of it, whatever the hell they spend it on. I'd love to see it go back into the field improvements.
Or back into the game. Like, make the game better next year.
Some damn interactive props, maybe a higher end ref staff. A plethora of things that could be done.
Oh yeah.
Some of these fields now are getting better with having these shower houses and stuff for the camping, and indoor plumbing, which is nice. Not everybody always wants to use the damn Porta-John all the time.
Nope.
But I mean, besides that, just the fields in general. I mean, use Black Ops Fayetteville for example. I mean, look at the amount of work and structures and buildings and everything they have there. And it seems like improvements continue to happen out there. And I mean, you can tell how much money has actually gone into that field.
Oh yeah, and,
a lot.
And that's why I fully support them. Like it's weird. Like certain games were put on in North Carolina. Like I say, they got 400 people one year, and then the next year they got 125, and they didn't understand what the problem was. Well, you put on a shitty fucking game, people aren't coming back the next year. You put on a good game that makes you want to come back, you're going to come back. Like the PBC games, I go pretty much every one of them because I feel like every time we go play PBC, they do something better next time. They improve. Yeah. But then there's some games you play here, you play it one time, and you're like, I'm not going to have it again. Because it's
no, I can't lie. This last game at PBC, while I had a good time, man, it was it's a little bit hectic. And I mean, it's not a good sign if by the end of the day of a scenario game, it pretty much turns into rec ball. I figure a lot of that had to do with attendance. But also, I mean, I had refs out there I had a ref come to me as I'm walking out. Said, hey, man, apparently this area right is supposed to be down for this team, but not for your team. Do you think we should? What are you? He's literally asking me if he thinks it should be out of bounds. If I think it should be out of bounds for everybody, or like, dude, you're the ref. Why are you asking me as a player? Because it was a kid, dude. It was a teenage kid that didn't have any idea what was going on. And I hate refs, man. You got to question something. I don't know.
See,
how are you going to have an unprepared ref out there?
See, the thing is, like, the last game was an anomaly though, because like normally at PBC game, the refs know everything. Like they've had some of the best refs. Last game wasn't so much, but like normally PBC has great refs. The problem with PBC, they don't promote the game. They don't advertise the game. They don't do anything in the game. They don't really pick the best. They don't. I don't say they pick best generals, but they don't pick generals that are going to recruit a lot on their own. And then on top of it all, they don't advertise it. So when you show up to a PBC game, you got 100 people at most, when you could have had 250, 300 people if they would have advertised it. Like, they expect the players to advertise the game for them or something. And I've talked to them several times about this. Dude, I was like, we brought in 250 players one year. Me and Flip busted our fucking asses recruiting players for them. And I'm like, that's how you get 250 players. And then the next game, they're getting 100 players. They always drop the ball in recruiting and advertising. And I believe you are locked up now. Yeah, you're frozen, looks like. Can you hear me? Let me
I can hear you. I'm moving on my screen.
Cool. You're cool. You're back. Okay, cool. But right. PBC's problem is advertising. Plain and simple. Like, that's why the access powers always have overwhelming numbers. Like, we play games there where the other team quit because they couldn't get anybody. I love the gameplay, but it gets old after a while. Like if they would just advertise a little bit, they get more players.
Yeah.
Flip even brought David Justin in, the other Reaper. Brought him in.
Yeah, that was 2018?
Something like that, yeah. Brought him into the game.
I don't remember. I was there at that game.
Like, brought this dude into the game. And then the only people that really advertised it were me and Flip. The field didn't advertise the game. You're bringing a guy in from out of state to play this game, and you don't advertise. The game was great. Was great. Advertising sucked, and that's what I always try to tell them. I'm like, look, dude, it's like we can bring more people if you guys put in effort.
But really, what can you?
You're breaking.
Why would you rely on them to,
I don't know. Like, I think they have in their head that people are going to show up no matter what. I think that's what the deal is. They think people are just going to show up, and that's not what they need to think about. But anyway, it seems like your phone's probably warming up like everybody else does when they do this shit, because you're starting to lag out a little bit. So
I might be able to move a little bit closer and see if I can get it better.
Let's see here. If not, we can call it a night for this one, but put a final plug for your game coming up here. So let's see here. Let's see if it clears up at all. So it looks like you're still lagging here. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and call it a night for now because, like I said, I think connection's getting kind of slow here.
All right.
So you are definitely general for Art of War. Which team are you playing for?
Yep.
Which team are you?
I am the Vikings.
All right. Art of War Vikings. Jimmy Morrison. Come out and play for him against some other fucking dude. Anyway, Art of War is going to play. Yeah, Art of War is in Extreme Combat. It's in Durham, North Carolina, July 18th. Hopefully,
that's it.
You guys watch this video and like Jimmy enough to come out and play for him. Because the other guy, just don't play for him. Play for Jimmy. But
that guy sucks.
Yeah, I agree. He sucks. So anyway, it's been great talking to you. I appreciate everybody chiming in here tonight. Hopefully you get that W for us.
Man, I sure as hell hope so. I don't want to be 0-2.
I'll probably see you in some future games here too soon. But,
yeah, man, I'm always playing. Always playing.
All right, man. Well, I will talk to you at a future game.
All right, brother.
Later on,
Have
man.
a good one.
You too.
Later.
Later.